fan censorship is becoming, and critic censorship is becoming, this norm within media that we're consuming. Be it Rings of Power or Saints Row, Star Wars, and many things, if you have a negative opinion, it's either completely dismissed as just being for attention, ist, or misogyny in some form or another, or you get attacked for it by said people. For example, Deadly Steph. She is one of the people behind Saints Row, the recent reboot, which was a buggy mess. She also runs the official Twitter account. So she was attacking and harassing people from the official Twitter account. Under any other circumstance, that would get you fired. That really would. Like any other job, that would get you fired. And now with Amazon censoring fans and censoring reviews, both good and bad, I'm going to add here. They're getting rid of good reviews too. Not to the same extent of bad reviews, but they are doing it, be it Amazon, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and also the account that bot reviews and other things that have happened. If it's getting loads of negativity, it's written off as review bombing. Yet, if it's getting 5-star reviews from completely new accounts that literally have only reviewed one thing in their entire tenure, there is also a problem. That isn't review bombing? Just putting that one out there, that isn't review bombing apparently. So review bombing is only if it's negative, according to these morons. Deadly Steph has locked down her Twitter account. She has completely banned all mentions of her name or anything in any official forum, Reddit, whatever. You cannot talk about her. Saints Row was a buggy mess, SJW crap, kind of crammed in. You didn't really get to do anything. The game was half-baked, broken, horrible dialogue, horrible writing, and the same with the Rings of Power. Horrible writing, horrible dialogue, horrible characterization, overall cheap and nasty. This idea that corporations can come into fan spaces and censor people online is absolutely absurd. And it gets weirder as well because they're like, well, we can get it off in all official places. Well, yeah, you probably can. But things like YouTube exist, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. I'm on all of those, by the way. You know, you can get your opinion out there. There's thousands of other websites that aren't run by corporations, that aren't run by this, and the idea of telling fans to shut up, or if you don't like it, you are a phobe, an ist of some kind, it just becomes this endless circle of ridiculousness. These people get so upset that you don't like their product, when really, as an artist, you should shut up. Coming from someone who studied art, you sometimes just have to shut up and take the criticism, or not release a crappy product to start with. I'm amazed Saints Row actually got put through anything, but then again, with a lot of modern AA games, they're half-baked when they come out anyway. So, what happens? This sort of endless cycle of censorship, of control, of trying to control the narrative is so ridiculous. And now in this day and age with the internet, with social media, with all of these things, it's far harder. They can't just shut it down. They can't just pay a video games magazine or a film magazine or a whatever to print a good review or do whatever. Fans speak louder than the media, and when the mainstream media, which is coming after YouTubers right now, which is absolutely ridiculous, and Bot Sentinel and all of this stuff, for stating facts, you know, because they can't control the narrative, it's not only absurd, but it's also dangerous, because now with everything happening, people are fighting back because they're sick of things they love being ruined. Star Trek Discovery is a god-awful show, but if you don't like it, you're a misogynist. You know, it's the narrative that everything is a first and everything is the best thing ever and this is the first this, when really everything has existed before. The difference being it was handled differently, and media, corporations and people tended to keep, if they worked on a product, tended to keep their mouth shut. Before the internet came to gaming, you got a disc or a cartridge, you put it in your machine, and what you got is what you got. There were no fixes. Now games are half-baked, messy, Now media is ruining things for the sake of modernity. The idea that everything has to represent the world we live in, when really it doesn't, when we really want an escape from the modern world. At the end of the day, this whole debacle of censoring fans, attacking critics, censoring them, taking away their voice is counterproductive, because it's only going to make people angrier, it's only going to make people more honest, and it's only going to make people say more. It's very, very simple. And attacking fans before the product is even out yet, before anyone has seen anything other than a 5-second trailer, this needs to change. It really does. And just watching this happen from afar is interesting. I mean, I've had people try and censor me on my YouTube channel. I've had my Rings of Power videos. I've had a few moments which why I'm very careful about not using footage or music or anything, because these weird people that are nothing to do with the company will play the copyright card, or they will say that my videos contain adult content, which they don't. The idea that people can't control the narrative and can't deal with hearing bad things about something they like is not only absurd, but it's weakness. Outrage is weakness overall, and that's what this is. It's censorship, it's weakness, it's trying to control something they really shouldn't be in. And if you are a content creator in a fan space, there's a major problem. I don't think these people should be in it. I don't think games developers, writers, whatever, should be in fan spaces, just because people get butthurt. To sound like an edgy 90s kid. People get butthurt, people get upset, people can't control what other people think of their work, and watching them, just like people like Deadly Steph and the showrunners of the Rings of Power and countless other people, just cry about it on the internet is not only oddly satisfying, but it's kind of sad. Like, there is a level of just patheticness. Create your product, put it out there, see what happens. But stop putting out half-baked products, maybe. Maybe give fans what they want, rather than you trying to control the narrative. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.